10,000 condoms in just 3 days. You heard me right. 10,000. The Olympics are officially underway over in Milan, and apparently they have a freak problem. Over 10,000 condoms have been used in the very first 3 days of this year's Olympics, and there's only about, I believe, 2,500 athletes attending the Olympics this year. So that means they're using over 140 condoms per hour. They're pretty much just going at it wherever, whenever, and however they can. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I did not know that Bonnie Blue became an Olympic athlete. And in all honesty, I didn't know that the entire Olympic Village was freaked out like this. Here's my thing. I don't even understand how you were able to do this. When you actually do break down the math and it comes out to over 140 of them used per hour, you have to take into account the time they sleep. So we're probably looking at, let's just say 8 hours. We're looking at the time where they're training, so probably another 2-3 hours. And then we're looking at the time where they're actually competing, which who knows how long. We're probably looking at another, 5 or 6 hours. So when you take those hours, and if we assume on the high end that they have about 8 hours of free time where they are, kind of free to do whatever they want, you get about 10,000 divided by 24, you get about 416 of them being used per hour, which is way higher than the original number. I mean, at this point, I gotta assume that they are triple wrapping their willy. I mean, the saying don't be silly, wrap your willy. They are playing no games in the Olympic Village. I mean, in all honesty, I don't really blame them though. I mean, can you imagine being in that close of quarters with all these amazing athletes? We're talking world-class athletes combining with other world-class athletes. We're talking about the best of the best being within a few steps of each other. I mean, shit, bro. If I was there, I would be knocking door to door trying to find someone to create the world's best athlete with. And the craziest part to me is that this isn't even the first time this has happened. At the Olympics before this one, and the one before that one, and the one before that one, and the one before that one, they also ran out of condoms, and they've also taken tons of preliminary measures to make sure that the athletes aren't, going at it like jackrabbits. At the 2024 Olympics, they tried to make the beds sex-proof. How the fuck do you even do that? And let me drop some insane numbers on you guys. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, there were over 300,000 condoms provided for over 10,000 athletes, and even then, they ran out. What kind of fucked up Diddy parties are going on in the Olympic Village? Are they even there to showcase their abilities in their sports, or are they just there so that they can pound, all the best athletes in the world? The backshots that are taking place in the Olympic Village right now probably make it sound like it's O-Block. I mean, I don't even want to know the kind of stench that's coming from these rooms right now. I mean, could you imagine getting your cheeks clapped by prime Michael Phelps? I feel absolutely horrible for the husbands and wives of the Olympic athletes that are attending because, they're not coming back married. Can you imagine Olympic athletes like LeBron James and Caitlin Clark getting it on? They would produce an absolute animal. In all honesty, I don't even know why we're surprised. I mean, we're talking about the best of the best. The most genetically gifted, the fastest, the strongest, the smartest, the best in their class. And they're all within close proximity of each other. And you're expecting those condoms to not run out? You've lost your fucking mind, son. I'm also just finding out that they have a gym at the Olympic Village. Like they're even gonna need that shit. I mean, if they're going through over 200 condoms per hour, I don't think they're gonna need a treadmill. Online, they've been calling it a condom shortage. Motherfucker, you're not talking about gas. You're not talking about, toilet paper. You're not talking about food. You're talking about condoms. Talking about some shortage like it's some sort of world crisis. At an event like this, I would honestly expect them to bring over 1 million of them bad boys. I mean, you are in Italy, for God's sake. You're living close quarters with a bunch of other world-class athletes. You've been training for half a decade just to get here. I mean, you're around other peak genetical humans. What are you expecting to happen? There is minimal supervision. This is literally like living in college dorms, but as an adult. And hell, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of these Olympic athletes aren't even adults. I mean, technically they're adults, but we're talking about they're in the age of 18 to 22. So they would happen to be in college anyway. Some of them are even younger than that. And the crazy part to me is that the Olympic committee always acts surprised every year when this happens because they literally planned for this. I mean, they know this kind of stuff happens, so it makes me wonder, like, why are they all still living in a village? Like, for example, in 2024, when they made those, anti-sex beds, I mean, they didn't have to do that. Just move them apart from each other. Don't give them such close access. But when you do all this and then you act surprised that it happened again for like the 30th year in the row, I mean, come on, Darwin. It says gullible on the ceiling. Did you see that? I can't even begin to imagine the sort of psychological relief you experience in this. I mean, can you imagine training for over a decade, being on top of the world in front of the largest crowds with all of this pressure, and then suddenly you're free? That shit probably feels like finishing final weeks times like 10 million. I mean, when you multiply that by 10,000 people or however many are at the Olympics, I believe this year it's around 2,500, I mean, you're bound to run out of condoms. I mean, hell, bro, at this point, it's happened so many years in a row, we just need a documentary. I mean, well, I guess there's heated rivalry, but, well, not that I know what that show is. I haven't watched it or anything, but, moving on. Bro, in all honesty, I mean, I say let them do it. I mean, a lot of them just accomplished some of the greatest feats of their entire life. And hey, as long as they're being safe and they're not being silly and they're rapping their willy, who cares? I think the thing that makes this story so interesting is that we as a society view these Olympians as almost like superheroes. That might be a far comparison to draw there. But then, stuff like this, these kind of stories remind us that they're young like us. They're 18 to 22, most of them for that point. But they do stuff like this on the regular. And at the end of the day, they're normal people too. And we think it's funny. You have the world's most peak humans in one of the world's most peak cities. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, you just kind of got to expect to have something like this happen. That's all I got for today. Love you guys, and make sure you lock your doors tonight. I'm coming over to see you. Okay. Prepare those little lips.